Hi, welcome to yoga. Let's grab a water and set an intention for the class. I suggest the intention to be to have faith in the universe that always has your back, and um, you just sometimes need to let go of control, letting somebody in now. And yeah, set an intention in present time. Um, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be what I suggested. That's just a suggestion. It's important to be in present time and repeat it 3 times in your head and close your eyes and ground through the feet. Place the hands on the belly. Fill the belly with air on inhalation. Exhale, belly goes towards the spine on exhalation. Do this a few times. Throughout the practice, we will try to maintain this belly breathing. Main focus or with the breath. And then the intention, of course. If you find yourself drifting away with thoughts and schedules and memories or whatever there is, something else that's not the present moment, just bring yourself gently back to the breath without judgment. Because the mind is like a puppy on a leash. He wants to go here, he wants to go there, and you gently nudge it into the right path, into the present moment. Keep moving the breath into the bottoms of the lungs, extending the belly forward on inhalation and towards the spine on exhalation, and drop your arms. Let them hang like a rag doll, relaxing the entire length of the arms. Relax the shoulders. Begin making circles with the neck. Maybe not that big of circles at first. And then reverse the circle. Couple shoulder rolls back and forward. Arms are like a rag doll, moving left and right, loosening up the hips. Breathe. Inhale, arms above the head and forward fold from the hips. Try to keep the spine straight. Relax the arms and keep them hanging like a rag doll, moving left and right and creating space in the vertebrae in the spine. Maybe move the breath a little bit towards the backs of the lungs. Leading with the hands. Inhale all the way up, hands above the head, and float them down. Keep the shoulders back and relax and spine straight. Again, shifting the weight into the right foot. And then when you do that, you will notice that you're kind of like leaning towards the right. Instead, try to stay strong on the right leg and straighten yourself forward completely. And then detach the left foot off the ground, somewhere below the knee or above the right knee. arms on the sides. Any kind of balancing poses, it helps if you anchor your attention to a point in front of you. In front of you on the ground is easier as opposed to in front of you in the distance. We call this drishti, point of concentration, anchoring point. Kind of like you're holding to it for balance with your attention. Move the left knee towards the chest and hug it. Letting go of the left leg. Grounding through the left and make a couple of ankle rolls into the right ankle, the one that was standing. And then straighten your body forward and place the right foot either above or below the left knee. Once again, find your drishti, arms to the sides. Try to maintain full breath, as in breath goes all the way to the bottoms of the lungs. Try not to use momentum in poses when you're entering or exiting, but instead use mindfulness as in sneaking into the pose versus slamming yourself in or out. Right knee towards the chest, hug it. Are there any differences between your left and right side when it comes to balance? Oftentimes we do, and that's okay. Don't judge, just notice. When you're ready, letting go. Remember, slowly, mindfully with control and not with momentum. Shake off the left foot and maybe do a few ankle rolls with it. Inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, forward fold from the hips. So keep the spine straight. Spine is the last thing that is going to be curving. Grab opposite elbows. Let the head hang. Breathe. Repeat your intention 3 times in your head in present time. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold again. And find your tabletop. Spread fingertips apart when you have any kind of weight on the hands or arms ever. And also, elbows are shy of lock to protect the joints. Exhale into curving the spine, moving the face towards the thighs. The top of the spine is like hanged from a thread from the sky. Inhale the head, until one towards the sky, belly drops down. And keep flowing with the breath at your own pace. Just make sure the shoulders are away from the ears. Relaxed. Check on your hand position. If your fingers are spread, you want to protect the wrists. If you have any kind of wrist conditions, then you can be on your fists too instead. Tuck the toes, lift up downward facing dog. Looking at your thighs, begin walking one heel at a time towards the ground. Left heel down, inhale and exhale. Right heel down, inhale and exhale. Actively pushing the mat away with the hands or with the fists. to extend the tailbone more towards the sky, chest towards the thighs. Imagine that I walk in front of you and I play a little bit of a tension in between your shoulder blades, which makes your chest go towards the thigh. Keep moving one heel at a time. Inhale and exhale, one heel. Inhale and exhale, pedal the other heel. Look forward, inhale into plank, body flat as a board. Core is tight. Each time you have any kind of a core stuff, you want to still be mindful about the breath going all the way to the lowest parts of the lungs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once again, inhale into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and place the left foot towards the left hand. Plant the right heel down for support. Engage the core and leaning with the face and with the hands, lifting all the way up, warrior one. Strong, powerful pose. Building self-confidence pose. All the warriors are. Keep that in mind, maybe do it in the restroom. One day when you're going for a job interview or a difficult meeting or something. It's a nice tight little trick. Straighten the front leg. Fold over the left foot. Bend the left knee, inhale yourself up. Warrior one again. Now let's do that 5 times with the breath. Exhale down, inhale up at your own pace. Always marry movement with breath. Next time you're up, windmilling hands down, find your downward facing dog, pushing the mat away with the hands or fists. Tailbone towards the sky, heels towards the earth. Look forward and place the right foot forward towards the right hand. Place the left heel down. Engage the core, leading with the face and with the hands, lifting all the way up. Warrior one on this side. Squaring the hips forward. Alright, same thing, so we're gonna straighten the right leg and fold over the right foot. Bend the right knee back into warrior, inhale yourself up. Alright, so 5 times on this side as well. Remember to marry the breath with movement. The slower the better, mindfully with control. Once you're done with that, windmilling hands all the way down facing dog. Inhale yourself into plank. Turn to the side, side plank on the left side, elevating the right arm up towards the sky. Option here, lifting the right leg up in the air, more intense, or placing the left knee on the mat, less intense. Meeting yourself where you're at. How do you know where you're at? Is the breath full? If the breath is full, you're fine. If it's restricted, then back up or don't hold as long. And then back to dog. Full breath. Remind yourself your intention from the beginning of the class. Repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Inhale into plank and turn to side plank on the other side, right side. Elevating left arm up towards the sky, option left leg up. Another option, less intense, would be right knee down. Back to down facing dog. Begin walking the feet towards the hands. Let your arms just hang there and relax. Place the feet closer to each other. Inhale into chair, lifting arms above your head, bending the knees. And then in this one, many oftentimes we have the butt part sticking. Instead, tuck the tailbone in, strong core, and elevate arms very high. Keep breathing into the belly and lower yourself. Keep breathing deeply. If your breath becomes restricted, maybe back up a little bit from the pose. Exhale, arms behind you in airplane mode. Head forward. Lift up the heels. Wow, this is kind of hard on the trampoline as it's a soft surface. Probably would be hard on sand and in water. Not probably, but like I've done it. So yeah, it is harder on softer surfaces. Heels down, elevate the toes as you inhale, arms up. And keep the flow that way. Elevating heels, arms down and behind. Exhale. Inhale, arms up, toes up. Exhale, toes down, heels up, arms behind. A few more. All right, relax. Inhale, arms above the head and float them down. Bounce forward. The legs are shoulder distance. Grounding through the feet. All 4 corners. Close your eyes for a second, palms are forward. Remind yourself your intention from the beginning of the class. Repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Elevate right arm up towards the sky. Moving overhead towards the left. Let the left one just hang. Inhale, left arm back to straight in the torso. Right arm down, left one elevates up towards the sky, reaching with the fingers and then overhead. Extending really good the entire left side. Both arms up towards the straight. From the hips, forward fold. Walk the hands forwards and find yourself into downward facing dog. Staring at the navel, chest towards the thighs, heels towards the ground. Both of the heels at this point are aiming the earth. Actively pushing the mat away with the hands that keeps extending the spine, creating more space. Breathe. Look forward and shift your weight into plank. Elbows in, lowering chaturanga. Inhale into up dog or cobra, back to downward facing dog. Once again, inhale into plank. Exhale, write the breath down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Place the left foot forward towards the left hand. Place the left hand onto the outer edge of the left foot. Plant the right heel down. Right arm goes up towards the sky. Engage the core and elevate warrior two. Left knee, keep tracking over the left ankle. And notice if your arms are on the same level. Sometimes one gets higher. Facing the left fingertips. Looking beyond the middle finger of your left hand. Inhaling, left arm up, right one floats down. Left elbow goes in the left thigh. Inhaling, right arm up towards the sky. And then overhead. Right arm far away from right foot. Engage the core. Inhale into warrior two. Notice if your arms are on the same level. With kneeling hands down facing dog, elevate the left leg behind you and far away from the hands. Flare the left leg towards the right, extending real good entire left side. Find yourself in downward facing dog. All feet on the mat. Alright, inhale into plank, body is flat as a board. Elbows in towards the body as you're lowering yourself chaturanga with the breath. Inhale into up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward, place the right foot forward towards the right hand, plant the left heel down. Move the right hand onto the outside of the right foot as you're elevating the left arm. Engage the core, lift up warrior two on this side. Notice if in this one your butt is sticking. Instead, you want to tuck in the tailbone and tighten the core. Look beyond the fingertips of your right hand. Notice if your hands are on the same level, or your arms or whatever. Sometimes one is higher than the other one, we don't know this. But yeah, check. Inhaling, right arm up, left one just hangs. Right arm goes towards the right thigh, left arm overhead. Left fingertips away from left heel. Breathe. Engage the core. Inhale yourself back up into warrior two. Notice where the knee is. Keep dropping the knee up to the right ankle. When you're ready, windmill hands down facing dog. And elevate the right leg behind you, far away from the hands. And then move it towards the left, flaring towards the left. Extend it real good, the right side. Right foot goes back down. Regular downward facing dog. Staring at your navel, pushing the mat away actively with the hands. Heels are going towards the ground. Breathe. Notice how does it feel to be in your body, healthy and alive. Pretty darn good. Inhale yourself into plank. Elbows in, chaturanga lowering. The breath on exhale. Inhale up dog or cobra, back to downward facing dog, exhalation. Once again, inhale into plank. Write the breath down, exhale. Inhale up dog or cobra, back to downward facing dog, exhale. Walk the feet towards the hands and sit. Hugging the knees. Move the chin towards the chest. Keep the chin towards the chest as you move the chin towards the right. And then towards the left. Towards the middle. Lift yourself up, a couple shoulder rolls, strong straight spine, moving the feet forward in front of you and moving towards the feet with the face. So you want to keep the spine straight here, as straight as possible. As we are concentrating on stretching the legs. The moment you start curving the spine, actually the muscles of the spine are many and they're little, so they give in compared to the legs. So in order to concentrate on the legs first, you want to straighten the spine. And of course, you're not going to have that much depth in the pose, but that's irrelevant because we are really concentrating on the leg muscles. What helps with keeping the spine straight if you place your arms behind you for support and moving face forward towards the feet. Use minor pulsation in the pose with the breath to get a little more depth. So that would mean inhale slightly back up. Exhale, push towards the stretch. Do this a few times, kind of like a pulse. Breath and movement are together, remember, don't restrict the breath. At some point, if you feel like your leg muscles are loosening up, great. If not, maybe spend a little more time here, a few more breaths. And then eventually begin walking the hands forward and curving the spine, starting from the bottom, lower back, middle of the spine, in order to move forward and down, and then the shoulders, and then the head is gonna be the next last thing that goes down, face in between the legs. I mean, it's a direction, it's not like slam yourself in it. Direction, not the destination. Remember, it's the journey, not the destination. Full breath here. Slowly begin healing yourself out of the pose. Move the legs apart about 80%, so not the split. And then hinge forward from the hips. And begin walking the hands forward. Inner hamstrings work. Most people have this like really tight, especially if you drive a lot or you stand on your feet a lot, you walk a lot or you dance all night. Full breath. Yes, today I feel extremely tight in my legs. I danced all night. Slowly inhaling yourself out of the pose. Squaring the torso over the left leg. Moving towards the left foot with the face. Flex the toes, point the toes, flex the toes, full breath, point the toes. Inhale yourself back up and square over the right leg. Folding towards the right foot. Point the toes, flex the toes, point the toes, flex the toes. Inhale yourself back up and towards the middle. Use the help of the arms to gather your legs together and move right foot towards the left, right knee forward. Left foot is going to go onto the outside of the right thigh, kind of stacking the knees with left leg on top. Make sure both of your sitting bones are on the mat. And readjust to where, like, the feet are like kind of to the side. Prop yourself up with the arms and hinge from the hips forward, or that could be like way too intense without hinging forward. See where you're at. If the breath is there and it's full, you're good. If it's restricted or non-existing, then yeah, back up. This is one of those poses that is pretty intense, pretty fast, and also really exposes differences between left and right. So notice if this side is gonna feel different than the other side, and just make a mental note without judgment. Arms to the side, and left arm goes forward, and right one is gonna be behind from towards you. And then eagle arms. Interlace. If that's difficult, like let's say you have big biceps or whatever, then just hug yourself. Same. Relax the shoulders, drop the elbows down, and then move the hands forward and down. Hug the chin towards the chest. Keep the chin tucked towards the chest and move it left and then right. Notice any areas that are a little bit tighter or there's like some kind of a sensation that would need a little more extra time, extra breath, extra TLC. Inhale, open the arms. And then place the palms down towards the earth. You can float in the arms down. Hands are going towards the ground, wiggling fingers. Relax the shoulders. Left ear towards the left shoulder. Keep the ear there, towards the shoulder. As you move the chin down towards the chest, and then back up. Full breath. Right ear towards the right shoulder. Keep wiggling the fingers, that helps. Extension. Chin towards the chest. Keep the right ear towards the right shoulder. And then going back and forth with the head as you keep the right ear towards the right shoulder. Finding those tighter spots. And finally straighten your head. So place opposite elbows behind you or reverse prayer. Here I'll move. So yeah, opposite elbows or reverse prayer. That will be palms together behind you. The pinky finger is on your side. And when you're ready, slowly releasing that. We'll switch legs. So right now, the right one was on the bottom. So first, let's open the legs. 80% of what you can. So, not a split, just 80% in between the legs. Moving forward, hinging from the hips. First, chest towards the ground, face forward. And then eventually begin walking the hands forward as you move the face down. Just like I told you in downward facing dog in the beginning of the class, imagine that I walk behind you and I'm pressing between the shoulder blades, and that would move your chest down and arms forward. And when you're ready, slowly lifting up. This time we're gonna have the left leg on the bottom, so left foot towards the right, left knee forward, right ankle, right foot ankle on the left side of the left hip. Remove the meat underneath your sitting bones. You want to have both of your sitting bones on the mat. And feet to the side. This side might feel completely different than the other one. I know in my case it does. It's okay. Just notice differences. No judgment. This pose really will expose differences. Inhale, arms to the side, and then this time the right one is going to be in front. Either hug yourself or eagle arms. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows. Hands are lowering. Chin is lowering towards the chest. Moving the chin towards the left and then towards the right. Back towards the middle. Unwind the hands. So here, if you haven't hinged forward like we did on the other side, do so. For me, it's really difficult since I'm really, really tight in the hips. So prop yourself up with the hands. Try to hinge forward and notice where the breath is. If it's full, you're fine. If not, then back up from the pose or don't hold it as long. Elevate the arms to the two sides. Move the palms up towards the sky and then the palms down towards the earth and keep rotating. Use the breath. Inhale, palms up, maybe behind if you're like double jointed or like super stretched or whatever. For me, it will be like just up. Exhale, rotate, palms down towards the earth and maybe back. Always match movement with breath. Right arm goes forward. Left one wraps around and helps it go towards the left. Relax the right shoulder. Look towards the right. Let go of that. Arms to the sides again. Left arm goes forward. Right arm wraps around and helps it go towards the right. Look towards the left. Relax arm to the side. With the help of the arms, keep the spine straight as you're getting the legs out of there. 80% in between legs. Face towards forward. Wow, the hands forward, lowering. I press in between your shoulder blades and the chest goes towards the ground. Very slowly exiting and find your way into you laying down and hug the knees towards the chest. Hugging the knees, moving left and right, massaging the spine. Place the feet down, palms down, and then begin lifting up the hips 80% of what you can. So not a full bridge, just lifting up the hips a little bit. Exhale, lower and hover, so like 2 inches with the tailbone from the earth. Inhale back up into a little bit of a higher bridge. Still not full expression. And lower again a little bit into hovering about an inch away from the mat. All the way down, hug the knees, moving left and right. Alright, place the feet down, place the palms down, elevate, and then walk the shoulders towards each other and lift up, bridge. Higher than before. It's important not to move your face left or right to protect the neck. Slowly begin lowering one vertebra at a time, starting from the top of the spine, then middle of the spine, then the lower back, and then finally hips down. Hug the knees towards the chest. Or and grab big toes with the peace fingers and find your happy baby. Moving left and right. Let's do once more bridge. So place the feet down, arms next to you, elevating the hips, walking the shoulders towards each other, maybe even interlace hands underneath you. Full breath. Come back for Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Lower yourself all the way down, hug the knees, moving left and right. Massaging the spine. Drop the knees towards the left. Keep them down with your left arm. The right one elevates up towards the sky and behind you, and follow right fingertips with your gaze. And breathe. Here the breath is a little bit restricted since the ribcage is all twisted. So I might want to force the breath in to the lowest parts of the lungs. When you're ready, right arm goes back towards to meet the left, back to neutral, face up towards the sky. Hugging the knees, moving left and right, massaging the spine. Eventually drop the knees towards the right, keep them down with the right hand. Elevate the left one and behind. And follow left hand with your gaze. Breathe. Once again, maybe you have to forcing the breath so it goes all the way down. Left arm goes to meet the right. Hug the knees towards the chest, moving left and right. Massaging the spine. And then when you're ready, begin straightening the legs. Straightening the legs, relaxing the legs. Arms are up, arms next to you. Our final most important pose that we'll have brief meditation in. It is the most important pose as it seals the practice and it teaches the body perfect body alignment. Move the shoulders down and maybe behind, slightly towards each other, bend the chin so you can extend
The neck as well, as the neck is a beautiful continuation of the spine. Relax the scalp, feel the circulation of the blood, kind of like tingling. Blood flow is definitely going more than before, oxygenating all cells. Relax the eye sockets, like from behind the eyes. Relax the forehead, the eyebrows, relax the jaws, kind of space them out, maybe an inch apart from each top and bottom jaw. Relax the tongue, relax the neck and the throat, inside and outside. All glands are functioning properly. Relax the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Relax the thumbs, the pointer fingers, the middle fingers, the ring fingers. Relax the pinky fingers. Relax the chest and the core. Relax the spine. Inside and outside of your torso, relax. Feel all your organs are functioning at full vitality. Relax your hips. Relax your thighs, inside and outside. Relax your knees and calves and ankles. Relax your feet, the bottoms of the feet, the tops of the feet, the heels, and the toes. Relax the big toe, and then the next four from each foot. Relaxed. Visualize the breath going all the way to the extremities, to your fingers and toes. Inhale, exhale, to the fingers and toes again. Inhale, exhale. Notice your body is very, very relaxed, heavy on the back. How does it feel to be you right now, in this very moment? Amazing? Begin noticing how the air feels on the skin. Also, the areas of where your clothing is touching the skin, and even where the mat is touching you. Notice what you smell or any lack of smell. What can you sniff around? If you haven't closed your eyes yet, close your eyes and what do you see in your mind's eye? Maybe shapes or colors? What do you hear? Notice what do you hear? Each moment has its own soundtrack. And maybe there is the noise of the AC and some dogs barking and some distant music from somewhere. How does it feel to be you right now? Gently smile and remind yourself your intention from the beginning of the class. And repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. I'll close out the session with singing bowl in a rain stick. This is a healing rose quartz 432 hertz crystal bowl. It's my personal favorite one. Of course, you were able to hear my wind chimes everywhere, all around my house. Beautiful wind energy in the air. That's why I really love my stereo surround mic. That way you can feel and hear exactly the same thing as if you were here physically. So throughout your day, remind yourself your intention as many times as you can remember. Instead of reacting, maybe you can respond to things like, where is my breath? What was my intention? When you change the way you look at things, things that you're looking at change.
of water today. Place your hands, arms above the head, and begin wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe ankle rolls. Begin waking up the body, creating movement little bit by little bit. And eventually find your way to one side, left or right. And find yourself in fetal position, symbolizing rebirth. Use the top arm, strong straight of the spine, to prop yourself up. And gently sit in comfortable sitting position. Remind yourself your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Place your hands on the heart center, palms together. Welcome to your new you. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday.